agenda now. All right, we're back from executive session at 9:36 where we discussed personnel issues. Motions out of executive session.
I've got a motion out of executive session.
Loss,
Direct the
revenue, and
solicitor to continue to work with the road crew union to resolve the grievance regarding comp time.
Got a motion?
Second the motion.
Anybody want to second it?
I did.
You got a
Yeah,
second?
I seconded
Got a
it.
motion and a second, you speak up.
I'm sorry.
Discussion? How do you vote?
Doug,
Oh, yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yep.
Ed,
No.
4 yes, 1 no, motion carried.
So much for Coonville Yellow.
Second motion to notify the employee, the affected employee in regards to a healthcare complaint that we resolve that, meet and resolve with that issue with their union.
What was that one? I'm
For
sorry.
it I'm trying to think of the right language. I guess to resolve the grievance filed in regards to healthcare coverage for the chairman to meet with the union and resolve.
That don't, I understand that's your motion.
Okay.
It's open-ended. Resolve at any cost or?
You tell me how you want it worded down.
I'm just asking.
It's old, the complaint's old enough, it should have been resolved. It's in our hands to do something with it. And either go to, go to the next, if you wanna go to arbitration, then we need to let them know that. If you wanna resolve it, then we need to do that as well.
Okay.
That's your two choices.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? How do you vote?
So we're voting for you to
This-
yeah,
Contact-
Sort of clear as mud.
Yeah. The motion was, read the motion back.
I don't think I got it all.
Oh,
it was,
Notify the affected employee to resolve the grievance filed for healthcare coverage and the chairman to meet and resolve. That's what I wrote down.
I'll copy that when you get it.
That sounds a little better.
But I can't write that fast.
so read it back now.
To notify the affected employee to resolve grievance filed for healthcare coverage and for the chairman to meet and resolve.
With the union.
With the union, sorry, yes, I missed that part.
You got a motion and a second. Everybody know what you're voting on now?
Yeah.
How do you vote?
Tammy,
Yes.
Kathy,
no,
Doug,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Ed,
No.
3 yes, 2 no, motion carried.
Okay. You done, Doug?
Yeah, I got a couple questions, we'll get down to the business on the agenda now.
Due to the fact that the office has been running sufficiently since March, with the personnel that we have. No work has been performed by the Assistant Secretary since May 10th. The Office Secretary has been adequately performing all necessary duties without the help of an Assistant Secretary. Because the Township has been adequately performed, the Secretary without the assistance for over 3 months, I would like to make a motion to eliminate the position of Secretary, Assistant Secretary / Treasurer currently held by Ms. Woods. Therefore, Ms. Woods will be permanently laid off and possibly eligible for unemployment benefits. That's my motion. Anybody want a second?
I'll second.
So no one's doing office work besides the secretary?
Hang on a second. Discussion up here first.
Who was in the office whenever the secretary was off on vacation? Who was in the office when the secretary was off on vacation?
Nobody.
Anybody else? Questions?
So, no one's doing the work besides just the secretary in that office? Nobody's answering phones, nobody's getting the mail, nobody's doing whatever in there? Talking to people about permits and bonds, nobody's doing any of that?
The office is running.
That's not my question, I'm asking a direct question.
I think the direct answer was it's running efficiently.
Yeah.
Am I
That's not what I
understanding?
asked.
She's out of order. Let her
I'm
finish.
just asking, sorry.
Okay.
Is anybody besides the secretary doing any office work at all?
I can answer for me, I am not. Okay,
I know you're
I'm
not.
I'll probably ask, he's probably filling it up here.
Yeah, I'm up here with my grumpy hands all the time. Yeah.
I'm still not getting an answer.
Yeah, we need an answer, because
It's
that
a
was,
yes
that was
or a
gonna
no.
be my answer too.
What,
Kathy, are you doing work in the office at all? Anything?
Fielding phone calls that are directed to the supervisors, yes.
Well, you wouldn't know they were being, you couldn't field them if you didn't answer them.
Sharon, I think you were here today and handed me the pen several times,
I'm
correct?
not talking about today, we're talking about since May. That's his motion on the table. Have anybody been doing office work since May besides the secretary? Yes or no?
no,
Then my question is, then why do you have a supervisor in the office every day for hours and hours in a day? She's just sitting there twiddling her thumbs?
Sometimes
We
I work
don't
on my
think so.
I've
NIMS.
actually seen
Yeah.
camera recordings that
Yeah.
show,
Remember, you just had a minister here tonight.
that show
No, we didn't.
people's been doing.
Well, don't say the prayer if you're not gonna follow through.
Be accountable for your actions.
I can almost guarantee Kathy's doing the right to knows.
No, she's not.
no. The right to know officer
she's
is
not.
Sharon.
Actually,
Who's your alternate right to know officer?
Tammy says it's Tammy.
Tammy, have you been given anything to do when Sharon's too busy to do them?
No.
Then why are we getting all these 30-day extensions when you're there as an alternate that could be
Because you
doing
give
it?
me 7 or 8 at a time, and I'm not gonna spend a whole day doing all those. I'll do them when I get to them in that 30 days.
But you have an alternate there that could be helping you with them.
I have time during the day that I can do them.
Okay, anybody else? Got a motion and a second. Short version is eliminate the position of Assistant Secretary Treasurer. Permanently lay off Heather Woods.
Okay, question. Then, to follow up on the questions from the audience, are we still going to be having someone do work that would have been assigned to Heather? Who's gonna do the work that would have been, other than our hired employee?
She hasn't been doing anything.
I'm just asking, is there anybody in addition,
We did 80 cards
that,
a day
other
on
than
that
Sharon,
key.
that's
It's a
doing
record.
work in that office,
On a
taking,
Monday.
that will be doing work that would have been assigned to Heather had she been here?
We don't even know what.
We
all
don't
was
know what was
assigned
assigned to Heather. We don't
Right.
have anything that was
She
assigned
never
to
did
Heather.
anything I asked her to do.
But the reason you hired Heather was because Sharon was too busy, couldn't get all the work done, so you hired an assistant.
But Heather did not do anything I asked her to do.
Really?
She did what Mrs. Iams told her to do.
Okay.
Well, who
It
was
does
in
not take
charge
some
of
work
her?
off
Come
of
in
you,
here,
though.
Okay, it's digressing. We're not gonna have an argument.
How's it gonna fit into the litigation? Has the attorney said it's
What
okay to
litigation?
fire?
I don't think there's any secret that we've been sued, we've talked about it. That's.
Every meeting you go to litigation, or you talk about litigation, who else are you fighting with except the assistant secretary? Who else you fighting with?
That's
No,
a
no.
loaded question. All right,
Hey Ed,
yeah,
did they change the hours?
no,
Because I was down here twice to get in, you know, I ended up having to call 911 to get to, but their office was closed. And I know before that, when I called down here, Kathy answered the phone.
okay.
When, it must have been when Sharon wasn't here, or if she was here, I don't know, I wasn't down here that day.
You must be
But I know there was a
mistaken.
couple days lately that whenever I just stopped by, because I'm having a couple of different, you know, things, issues, and I couldn't, nobody was here.
I can assure
It was
you,
last
When
week.
did you call and I answered the phone?
That was probably a month ago.
Yeah, well, here's.
But
the
regardless,
thing.
I mean, I ain't saying that you can't answer the phone. I mean,
I,
if she's busy or whatever, I don't know, but
I can
I'm
assure
just
you,
saying.
I can assure you that there's enough work for more than one employee. In fact, that's how Sharon got her job here. Tammy couldn't do all the job by herself, so we
And I
brought Sharon
did
in.
work that Tammy asked me to do.
Excuse
I
me?
did work that Tammy had asked me to do.
Yeah, in the time she handled the gym reservation, she did the water and sewer work, and, I guess the rentals for the gym.
I
and-
still have the list that Sharon provided me,
Yeah,
of things
and
that she would like.
what I'm
me
saying
to
is there was
do.
more than enough, need for more than one employee in that office.
Tammy, I have a question for you.
But
I
I'm
know you
saying,
gave daily assignments and you expected them back. Did you get them back from both secretary and assistant secretary?
No,
Why would that be?
I don't know.
I don't think we should probably be discussing that in public, that'd be a personnel issue. Okay, now I'm
Well,
calling the
it's not
vote.
a personnel issue whenever you're putting out there that you need to get rid of a position and we're opening your eyes that you have a need for the position.
Make more work for
Okay,
Sharon.
you've got your chance to make your statements and ask your questions. I'm calling the vote.
do we release the secretary to be here? Under someone?
You're making more work for Sharon.
What's, I don't know what's
It
going on.
doesn't make any sense.
Come on.
The second meeting in a row, we lost the
Sharon in
secretary.
here to do the vote?
The second meeting in a row, we lost the secretary.
we got
I don't know. She's doing it.
Ed Shingle,
Yes.
Tom Greaves,
Yep.
Tammy Imes.
No,
Doug T. Arden,
Now,
me. Yes. Motion passes.
Let the games begin.
So that means now Sharon has the whole workload.
no, well, nothing's changed. It'll be
Well,
done.
she's had it
The
since,
supervisors no longer have control of Donegal, you know that.
there's easier ways to, I mean,
Well,
there's other ways
the
to get
board,
rid of
say
her
the
without
board
losing the
The
position.
board no longer has control.
the Board of Five
I'd
has
like to
been
know
The
what
Board
we're
of
gonna
Five
do
did
about the
not.
documents still being taken from the
Well, how
office.
did two supervisors okay it for the secretary to leave?
I don't
Shouldn't
know.
that be a board decision, not just Kathy and Tom's telling
I
her,
didn't.
okay, go?
Should be.
I never said nothing
Tom
to Sharon.
wasn't here.
She asked me if I would sign checks, I said yes, that's all I said.
Well, who gave her permission to leave? The meeting's not over.
Well, who give Doug permission one night to walk up and
He's
go
not
out?
the secretary. He's not an
Again,
employee.
Again, with the personnel issues, we're not discussing them. All right, also, I would like to, first of all, thank you, Tom, for mentioning that the bank account's looking pretty good.
Well, I'd like to say one other thing. Right here, the whole bunch. I want to tell you something. I was at a meeting. Bobby Fisher asked one question after the other one that was on the agenda right there in front. Give you plenty of time to go over it beforehand. Guess what? I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that. That's the kind of answers the guy got. Nobody cared. What was the other? Mr. Plans got up, asked a question. I'm not answering that. Asked another question. I'm not answering that. And that was good questions about zoning and that. Finally, he got tired of it and got up and walked out the door. You know what they did? They sent the police after him. And everybody thinks that's okay. But when these guys says, I'm not answering a question, you'd think they held up the bank. I don't understand that.
All right, anyways, I would like to, and the reason I'm bringing it up is I don't think it'll be free, but I would like to have a board vote to get a financial consultant to come in.
In regards to what?
Well, I had several things. One, we talked about maybe refinancing some of the water and sewer loans. Right now, while times are good, I would like to at least explore some type of a rainy day fund for when times ain't so good. I don't know, I'm not a financial guy, but, you know, a bond or a,
There's nothing wrong with looking at the bond.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Why don't you just call a couple of the banks and have them come in and talk to us?
Something that we have a fresh audit that they did, and you know what I mean? And right now, we're doing okay. So I don't see why,
A part of that okay was the fact that we didn't tar and chip yet this year, and we didn't tar and chip
Last
at all last
Yeah.
year. You know, that's,
We also-
that puts money in the bank
I understand.
when you don't do things.
I understand what you're saying, and
Yeah, I do,
Because-
I mean, I'm.
Because quite honestly, I mean, we're not getting any interest.
No, you need to look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're allowed to make interest on your funds. like
I don't
that.
know either, and that's why I'm asking for,
Yeah.
you know, if we
I
can
mean, there
get
is
someone.
there is
The
a,
school does this stuff all the time.
oh, yeah, you need to look at refunding your bonds.
And if we can have a rainy day fund and sock some money away while we got it, then when times are lean,
Sure.
we can make payroll at least or something.
I also think that we need to start looking at our budget. It's coming due, there's a lot of workshops coming up.
We just talked, she just went to something and we just talked about that.
And that's what DCD was supposed to do
Yeah.
today.
And it'd be nice to have a budget versus actual to see where we are at actually,
Yeah.
so.
So anyways, that's what I guess I can make
I
a
don't think you have
motion.
to have a motion, just do it.
I just think
Okay.
we
It
get
don't
some,
cost anything to get done.
Well, I don't know if these people come in for nothing or not.
the bank's
that was-
always called me before and just said, do you want, you know what I mean? Because when Dollar came in and we talked to them, they were gonna offer us a percentage on all our bank accounts, and then I just called community and they matched it. So, but some of our loans are with Pliget,
With this, yeah.
with the state, so you have to find out what the rules are about. So sometimes it's easy just to call them as well and ask them.
Well, there are financial advisors, I think, that specialize in municipalities, so they would be up on what they're allowed to do.
Yeah. Okay. So just do it.
Do it.
Call and get some quotes. I mean,
Get somebody in here, yeah.
if they're gonna charge you, then just come back with the
Yeah.
quotes, you know,
Okay.
but.
And the last thing is, the policeman's contract is there any movement there? There hasn't been any meetings?
The last meeting we had, we were, their representative was to come back with us with numbers. We have not
No, he
received-
gave us numbers. You
No,
gave
they
us
were to
this
come
year.
back with different numbers, and we've never.
That's not what I remember.
That's not, well, I'm sure it
I
wouldn't
got the
be.
email, I believe.
Well, that's kind of dragging on, is my point.
Well, I think the ball's in their court on.
They brought us numbers and you said bring us different numbers?
Well, you were at the meeting, I don't recall.
I thought
what
you were
said.
supposed to
And I
get-
sent out an email out afterwards and confirmed the discussions. Also, if I can find them.
Okay, let's-
I've got a couple of things. A long time ago, we approved signs for Highland Avenue for visual impairment. And unless I'm visually impaired, I don't see them.
Yeah, they got ordered wrong.
Yeah.
But did they get reordered, replaced?
I don't know.
Was it visual or, I thought they were hearing.
That was supposed to have been
They were
visual.
supposed to be
They were supposed to
visual,
be
The
vision
minutes
and
say
they ordered
hearing.
hearing.
but Mr. Shingle had corrected the purchaser that we needed visual.
So
We
can
don't,
check-
we
we'll
check
have
the
to-
order.
we'll have to reorder.
I think maybe we need to put a thing on the, end of the tail end of the agenda of the things that are supposed to be done and who's we're counting on to do it. Because some things that have not gotten done. I haven't seen anything on the parking lot yet as far as sealing the cracks. But we've got time to do that between
We
now.
haven't found a company
That will do it?
do it.
Okay. What I'm saying is, we should,
Currently looking.
okay.
Did we get the bids for the garage, or the little building down there? Because I know we made a motion a while back to get bids.
Are you talking about the electric?
No, I'm talking about the little green shed, the little green office. We made a motion to,
Have someone come and look at it.
yeah.
Prior to that, we approved another installment of $5,000 worth of street signs. And to my knowledge, I don't think those were ever purchased or put up.
I think someone was supposed to make a list of the signs that we don't have.
You
The road
mean the
crew has-
names?
the
Yes,
road crew-
yes, it's been
The
about,
road crew has the list.
had to be almost 2 years ago.
The road crew has the list of what signs were next. And
Well, I know we did orders, I know we did Cuttingham and Crane, I think.
the road crew has the list.
better correctly?
Yeah, on green, that was
Yeah.
supposed to be done, what, 6 or 7
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, I got a call was about the speeding on Highland, and I went down and met with some of the people that were making the complaints, and they were talking about signs on that street. I said, I'm supposed to be some other signs that aren't here yet. I don't see them.
Yeah.
I want to check on them. Until I get back to them, let them know what the status was. Lastly, Bud, this is a question for Bus. I've heard it twice now, and I want to confirm it or deny it. Has it been 20 years since we ditched in Donegal Township?
How long has Leroy been going?
It's been more than 20 years. It's been that long?
No.
Rick?
We did some more ditching, but not on a major issue.
Okay.
It used to be we started on one township, side of the township, and went to the other. They don't do that anymore.
Last time we ditched Old National all the way through. How many other roads?
Old National was done by our house, what?
I can't hear you.
I said Old National was done,
No, when they had
Couple
that
years
slot
ago.
letter, they did
Last
several.
time Old National was when they filled in our driveway,
that's what I mean,
where the
yeah.
barn was. I had like 15 loads, 16 loads of gravel,
Yeah, because they dumped it on
gravel,
our
dirt,
place.
whatever.
When was that?
Okay, public comment.
Before the kids were born.
There you go. And they're how old?
15, 16, 17.
Pretty close to 20 years then.
Yeah,
I'd like to get a culvert across my driveway.
okay.
When can the township look at it? Do it. When can the township come out and do it?
Why?
I see you're doing that, you're putting culverts in for private driveways.
Only the ones you tore out, Bus.
No, wait a minute, wait a minute, let's back up. Where's this information coming from?
What do you mean?
He said the township tore the culvert pipe out.
The homeowner, he said.
Yeah,
I don't think there's ever one in there.
Well, I can tell you there was one in there.
Well, I can tell you that it didn't
Now,
work.
you're, Buster,
There isn't
I
enough
told
fall
you, do not get started because I lived there for 19, 20
Okay.
years.
But
And there was a
he
cul-
bought the property the way
Okay.
it was, and now you're going back and saying that something else. If you look right there at the road, there's a great big steel plate there. That covers the end of that culvert that goes under the road. I put that plate in there for him, and I cut the corner off the road.
I drove across there
And
more
you said
times
you had
than
to
you
drive
ever
down in it
seen.
and up out the other side.
You don't even know what,
There's two
hey,
little potholes there, is all
Well,
you need to fix.
I can get the guy to come in here and tell you exactly when it was tore out and that.
Oh, Lodi.
okay.
How long ago was it torn out? I mean, I'm
That, I
saying
can't
you're
give you
talking
an
years
exact
ago.
date, Kathy.
Was it recent?
There isn't enough
No,
fall.
Buster,
in the
when,
ditch.
what you call it recently? This, I don't even wanna start, I told you that night.
Well,
And it was voted on that there, so don't even start.
When you start messing with driveways, you are opening up a whole can of beans.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
Yes, you
are.
are, you're setting.
No,
the
we,
precedent.
no,
You
no.
are.
Read the thing.
I read it.
What's it say?
Said you authorized to put it in.
No, it says that we're gonna put it in, but
Back
don't
to the
think
way
that
it was.
anybody else is gonna get it
Yeah.
because this was tore out by the township and it's
No.
gonna be put in by the township.
That's
That's
bull crap.
exactly what it says.
That is bull crap.
Well,
Whose
you
driveway
might
are
think
you
it's
talking
bull
about?
crap, but
The
that's
only-
the way it's gonna be.
The only way
huh?
you can fix that is to put a catch basin in there.
Okay, it's public comment, it's not public
And
argument.
also, you need to cut the weeds on the other end of Railroad Street. You go out there, you can't see. Somebody's gonna get hurt there.
What's the other end?
The other end.
In Claysville, the
Yeah.
Claysville end?
Yeah. The weeds need cut. It's
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
And that hedge down on Church Street needs cut back so you can see.
Is that township or is that Claysville Borough?
Township.
Okay.
And I have a comment on the opt-out that whenever you guys granted it to Bill, I believe you, Mr. Shingles, said that it was to be nobody else, and then the next month you come in and you give it to somebody else.
Okay.
Well, that's just showing you guys don't do what you say you're gonna do most of the time.
It's your opinion.
What about the mold down in the maintenance building?
What about it?
When's it gonna be cleaned up?
We just discussed that. We have to have somebody come and look at the roof first. Any other public comment?
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
I got a copy of that beer column invoice for $7,912.03. Was that included in the original bid for the police car, or was that add-ons? Because I can't find it in the minutes anywhere where you
That's the
voted to
It's,
spend that
it's,
kind of money.
it's to make it into a police truck.
That was part of the.
Part of the
Part of the
amount.
bid?
Yeah.
How close we haven't done?
Okay, so the car is done. The Vascar people just pulled the last piece out of the old car, so we'll put it up on municipal as soon as we can. We're waiting on the stripes, to order the stripes, because we have to pay Kurt for that. And we're waiting for the insurance company, they had to adjust on the accident on car 30 for the striping on it. The body shop, it was wrecked
When do we wreck it?
before the first of the year.
Okay, that's the only.
Yeah, and we had put off, we put
Right, I
off
knew we put it
repairing it
off.
until, yeah, And so we're just gonna do all the, we're gonna order all the stripes at once, so as soon as that's done, he'll order all that. And we'll cut the last check for the new car.
We probably ought to be approving a check to Kurt, because he won't order them.
Well, that, basically, we're waiting to send everything over, and he'll do everything at once. He's not working 7 days anymore, so.
All right.
Okay, any other public comment? Oh,
I missed the last meeting, so. That
oh,
invoice.
you
for
weren't
Hart-
here?
Huh?
You weren't here?
No.
We didn't notice.
I didn't figure it would. That invoice for Harshman CE Group for $1,360. What was that for? And I didn't see anywhere where that was voted on to spend either.
Yeah, find my paper.
Was it for doing something with the cameras?
Harshman?
No, that's Houston.
No, that-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is Harshman CE Group.
It might be the electrical for the maintenance garage. I think that's the only thing they were involved in.
Yeah. We still haven't got a final,
No, we did go over where he's gonna put the
Yeah.
transformer and everything.
where are you?
It's not on this month. It was on it was on last month that I was looking at.
Oh. Yeah, that's the only thing we've had Horshman do.
For
Yeah.
the maintenance garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the electric and that, like I said, they haven't done it yet, but we went over where they're gonna put the transformer and that, so it'll be out of the road. And, they're gonna build a concrete pad to set it up on, so it's out of the weather and everything.
There was a lot involved because there was sheeting and,
Right. It's,
yeah.
Okay, my last question, on there, Yuen's paid waste management, $4,088.90. What was that for? I did a right to know for that invoice, but I haven't got it yet, so I'm gonna ask you.
That's probably
The cleanup
the cleanup
day?
So,
day,
yeah.
that amount of money.
I think somebody asked about that.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
thought
cleanup?
somebody asked the last
Yeah.
time about it.
yep. That's for cleanup day.
I have one more. I know